I paid you first at the club, so the DJ is probably the most underappreciated component. But everybody wants a DJ to play their record. So like I said, get into a relationship. And guess what? In every relationship, that's economic. How much does it cost for that damn Serato stuff that y'all get? How much does it cost for all of this shit? The computer. He used the Mac computer. My Mac is a big 12-inch. I know that costs about $1,300, $1,500. How much for the instant replay machine? So, we're talking about the DJ can't get no money, the DJ can't get this, the DJ, you can't take the DJ out to lunch. So, you know what? Let's change that into a sponsored relationship. Let's come up with some packages, DJs, to say, you know what? If we come up with a package, a sponsorship package, because that won't include your record being played, obviously, because everybody's recording everything. But we come into a partnership with these packages. Managers, you look like a manager? Look dressed very well? All you managers and lawyers and everybody out here, won't you end up in a symbiotic relationship with these DJs and these program directors and all of us? Because guess what? We got families. We got car notes. We got rent. We got all of that stuff like that. And we don't know if you're going to forget about us after you break. So let's change the boogeyman word of the P word of pay for play and all that stuff, and let's use the word relationship, sponsorship, and engagement for support. My bad.
Not at all, I did.
Real quick. Speaking for what you just spoke on, Reggie, Coalition DJs, Nerve DJs, and Fleet DJs are working on just that right now. So if y'all want to get down and get your music serviced to three of the largest coalitions in the United States, probably the world, get with me, get with X, get with Classic. It's all coming together. So go ahead and speak on it, X.
One of the main reasons when I first started this journey and I met Johnny O, I called him on the phone one day and I was like, yo man, we gotta make the DJs start to understand how important they are, because like Reggie said over here, they trying to phase us out as DJs. Like a lot of you artists are hearing, oh, you don't need a DJ. I can just put my shit on Instagram and Spotify and iTunes, and I don't really need a DJ. That's bullshit. And when you go in the club now, that's why you're not having fun no more, because those playlists are the bullshit. You know what I'm saying? And you a DJ and you playing from those playlists, I'm not saying it's whack, but it ain't the real shit. You're not really engaging with the music and engaging with the artist. That's the cheat code. And a lot of that shit that you playing is bullshit in the club. So going back to why we really did this, what I'm trying to do with Johnny O is we're trying to unionize the DJs so we can all be under one umbrella and we'll have a bigger voice as a unit. And we're not asking DJs to separate from Nerve. I'm not trying to bring Nerve DJs to coalition. Everybody gonna stay their own brand. But what we want to do is unionize the DJs so that if it's certain things that we don't particularly care for, we don't like that the labels or these bigger companies or these bigger entities are doing, we'll have a unionized, a unified voice to say we don't like what's going on. And that's why I asked Johnny O, I personally asked Johnny O. Johnny O got in contact with Classic, and we asked some other people to be involved, and we're going to continue to build this. But I wanted to thank Johnny O for having me here, and I came to show Johnny O that this is where it started. We wanted to lead by example. You know what I'm saying? So, and here we go. This is it. This is the start of it. So, like he said, if y'all want to be involved, you can reach out to him. Like I said, you can follow me on Instagram at DJ Big X ATL. But Reggie, you did hit the nail on the button. They are trying to phase us out of this shit. So if we don't unionize, I promise you, we won't be around the next few years, because this analytics and stat shit is really where the labels are trying to go. And a lot of times, and I'm gonna say this real quick, the stats are good, but a lot of times, you know, it's a lot of fugazi shit that go on with these stats. You can buy stats, you can buy a lot of this bullshit, and a lot of these people getting deals. They get major deals off of these stats that are not real, and a lot of these artists, and that's why you never see these artists pass that first record. Like, just think about it. We still playing Drake. We still playing Future. We still playing artists from 10 years ago. The newer artists ain't even lasted 3 years. That's because a lot of the bullshit that we're paying for, that ain't real. That's my time.
Thank you. I wanted to open up the floor for some dialogue, some Q&A from the audience. If you've got questions for the entire panel or someone specifically, feel free to come on up. The mic is yours. Come on.
What's going on? My name King Started Young. How everybody doing? You feel me? I know I met Coco Z a couple times. You feel me? Shout out Johnny Oda OG. You feel me? Ryan Wolf, we gonna have to tap in. I got a song called Clean the State of Mind. I want to get in your hands ASAP. I just want to ask, as DJs, like these days, you know, the sound per se, you feel me, is changing constantly by the year. You know what I'm saying? Maybe every 2 years. When y'all listening for a hit record, what are you listening for?
I'm gonna tell you this. We had a mixer last night at the Nerve DJs headquarters, and it was 3 tracks that caught everybody's fucking attention off jump. My man Jay Hit'em, Millions of Bars, and Trap Boy Mannequin had 3 songs, 1 song each, that just caught every person in their attention. So salute to them 3. But when you put on a song and they catch you in the first 3-4 seconds, that's a fucking hit, straight up. I'm gonna put it that way. When you get chills, ooh shit, that's gonna tear the club up. That's my hit right there.
Let me tell you something, man. I came to Cleveland. Ryan Wolf is a testament to this. We was in one of these little clubs. I think it looked like a church. And Ray Jr. came. They actually called him from his house or something like that. Like, hey, we're doing this conference down here, man. You better come here. He came and he did a song called "Same Nigga." And God's my witness, the record rocked the whole place. That everybody who was an out-of-towner, who was a programmer, they took that record and we played it when we got back to New York. So my thing is, a hit record is a hit record. Like you said, Johnny, we're gonna get a reaction right on the spot. I think that are we doing the showcase tonight? So if you got an opportunity to be on this stage tonight, I'm gonna be in that same corner listening. And I'm gonna watch how you perform and what happens. As well as all these DJs and everybody else. And guess what? You ain't gonna have to pitch yourself to me. I'm gonna pitch myself to you. So that's what it is. If you got a hit, show me it's a hit, because we only got one night.
Real quick, just to answer your question. For me, I listen for the hook and the consistency of the record and the content. For me, right now, I'm not really big on a lot of the gang shit. I'm not really big on a lot of the killing. And as you probably will see in the next few months or the next year, radio is going to really start to pull away from the killing records, a lot of that crime shit. They're going to pull away from that. So for me, it's really about the content and the hook. Because if you listen to every song, the one thing you remember about that song is the hook. So if you don't have a good hook, right. So,
all right, for me, I'm gonna be real. I think for me, it's more intricate than that, because for me, it's about, if we really get into the psyche, I think it's about the movement. And I say that for this. Some people's household or how they was grew up, like I'm a beat person, right? I love beats. So what catch me is if that beat sound good, you got me. I'm like, ooh, I might even hear what you said. But you might have another DJ that really grew up on the lyrics of music. And they be like, man, that nigga's spitting. And I'll be like, man, I ain't heard nothing he said because I done heard the beat. So what I intake might not be what he intake. So you ever heard somebody listen to an album and you be like, man, the hardest song number 3, but somebody else like, nigga, the hardest song number 10, you tripping. Because how I grew up and all the things that I got makes me attract to a song different than someone else. So now it's not about, because it's something out here for everybody. Like, people like a lot of weird, it ain't even weird. It's like something that you think that you might not like, someone likes that. So now when you understand that, you gotta understand the movement for me. So if I see the movement, if I see everybody else and I feel it, it's like that makes me gravitate. Or you can watch somebody just perform, and it ain't even about the song. You done sold me off of me watching you, and you done stole the show. I'm a fan now. So it's not even, for some people you can say you know a hit because you do, but that could be because that's what makes you feel it. But there's gonna be somebody else that be like, man, that really ain't no hit to me. So now it's about how are you gonna create the masses of whatever that is. You get what I'm saying? And it's hard to, it's kind of intricate when you go into it. It ain't really easy, but we know that now, but that's just my take on it.
Real quick though, what you said was important, like the sound just keeps evolving. Every generation, every sound is changing. So as a DJ, you gotta kind of stay on a certain frequency. So it's more so like the whole vibe, because everything is different. Like there's so many different emotions now in music, where it's like anger, love, hate. So it's almost like you gotta tune in on that artist that you listen to, even if you've never heard them before. Everybody has a song that speaks to their soul. So depending on what part of your soul that song speaks to, that's the same frequency you gotta tune into with the mood, with the music, because everything was like upbeat party time for a while. And everything was like turn up down south. Everything had a section. It's like if you go to a reggae set, it's a section, it's a whole different vibe. So everything that changes, you gotta change your listening along with those times. You still can't think that the hardest shit was made in 87, in 2021, where you ain't even getting that same vibe no more. So you gotta kind of change the frequency along with the times, with your ears.
And then to piggyback off of that, I didn't mean to cut you off, you took it right on the head. It's like, that's why it's about really being passionate about what you do and not really worried about if nobody else is not supporting it, because it's about, do you love what you're doing? Because for me, like I said, perfect example, Rod Wave is one of the most streamed artists. For me, it sounds like he's doing a lot of pain, and a lot of crying, and a lot of whining. But it's a fan base that like that music. So it don't matter if it ain't he number one to me, because it's a fan base, and again, you cater to the people who support you. So, that's what
I want to add to that as well. For me, you got to catch me in the first 60 seconds, but like Ryan said, people gonna listen different. So for me, I'm listening to everything because, one, I'm a dancer, so I like beats. So if you got a hard beat, that'll grab me, but I like lyrics too. I'm an open format, so I listen to everything. I listen to rock, pop, classical, jazz, neo-soul, EDM. I listen to everything. So I'm just looking for you to grab me. It don't matter if it's the beat, if it's what you said, but just because I'm a dancer, I want you to be on beat. I need you to be in the music. Like, I can't stand an offbeat rapper. I hate that. Like, that's a no for me. But outside of that, I got an open ear, and if you catch me in 60 seconds and whatever you're doing, I'm gonna rock with you.
Thank you.
By the way, it's people that like people who rap off beat.
I know.
We got time for two more quick questions. You got one right here?
Hey, my name is Cameron. Thank you for coming in. Thank you for coming to town. You can't hear me? Oh, my bad. I'm inside. Alright, no, but my question was, a lot of you were talking about investing and how I'm an artist. As we as artists should invest in you to get our music out there, to get those streams, to get those plays. I'm a musical artist. I'm investing in me too, right? I'm gonna dump $12,000 just into practicing and I'll never see it again, right? That's just a year doing my art form. When I put money into anything, whether it's Instagram, whether it's Twitter, whatever it is, I need to see that return. And if I'm putting money into you, I understand that you can get me to 2,000, 8,000 people. That's wonderful, organic, like, visitation. But I don't see how you translate into dollars in my pocket. I don't see how you translate to people at my shows. How do you translate to money, and how can I, as an artist, help you make money in return? On back to that symbiotic relationship you're talking
First
about.
and foremost, do you have $12,000?
12 how much?
12,000. You say you put 12,000 in yourself?
Yeah.
You got 12 more thousand?
Yeah.
Come talk to me after this. But listen. First and foremost, I want you to right now understand the moment that you're in. Are you performing tonight?
Sure.
No. Listen, you gotta talk to these folks here. I'm just a guest.
Yeah.
Take part of that $12,000 and talk to these people backstage. Because guess what? I'm going to be expecting to see what you've been talking about with the other $12,000 that you put into yourself.
No doubt.
You feel me? But here's the one thing I want to say, and this is to all the artists that are here. Don't let anybody tell you about this whole how many followers that you have. I hate that. I hate when somebody puts somebody down because and asks you before they even hear your music, how many followers you got, what you got here, what you got there. Just remember, to get to $1 million, you got to start off with what? One, right? So remember the moment that you're in as you're connecting with all of these great people on this panel right here, right? And all of the people that put this stuff together. Remember this moment as you network, you feel me? Because this is the start. I remember the Fleet DJ conference when there was somebody named Big Baby Jesus floating around. You understand these stories? This is why I tell these stories, because those same people that you see on the TV right now are some of the same people in these rooms right now. That's on everything I love. So that's the thing. It starts off at one and develop these relationships. And guess what? In the words of Suge Knight, 1995, if they don't love you, come on over to Death Row.
I mean, I would say, just to answer your question, you just got to start with the business. You got to make sure your music registered, make sure you got the BDS tracking, so you can get paid for your spins. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got to start with the business. Make sure it's in place. If you got something as a single that people is liking, create some merch around that single so you can be like, oh, or if this single high, if the phrase is high, make a t-shirt that got the phrase on it, and then people I like that song, I'm gonna rock the t-shirt, and they can come buy the t-shirt. You see what I'm saying? Like, it's a trickle down effect. But you gotta start with the business and make sure your music registered with your BMI, your ASCAP, and getting it all done right. So when you get on these stations that's tracking, you can get a check for that. If you just put your song out here and it ain't protected, you're not gonna get paid.
I'm gonna just give you a little bit of what you asked, or what you really asked was, if you fuck with the DJs, how do that turn into money? How can you turn that into revenue for yourself? What I want to tell you is, nothing that you invested in this business is guaranteed. Nothing. So if you spend $5,000, like I heard in one attorney and somebody up here, there's no guarantee on that return. That's all into building your career. I can sit and tell you so many artists right now out of Atlanta that's put hundreds of thousands of dollars into their career and they're still on first base. They ready to go, but they're 100,000 in the hole, and it ain't no coming out of it until they get that record that it takes to make it. A lot of times, it's not. I'm gonna give you a perfect example. BMF had all the fucking money in the world. They had all the money, but they couldn't crack one artist. Because at that point it didn't matter about the money and how it connected. The only way you can make money from this shit is when you invest in yourself. If you don't invest in yourself, you're gonna still be sitting at first base waiting to go to second, third, and come home.
Hey, you know what? This is a conference, right?
Yep.
Johnny, this is a conference, right?
Yes, sir.
And this is a celebration of the Nerve DJs.
18 years.
Here's the thing. Hey, Hef, how about this, right? If you're really serious, how about outside of this celebration that we're having today, how about Nerve DJs sponsor a day or have a day where you come into a classroom, right? We're going to set up a classroom environment. You pay a fee in a classroom environment, and we're going to teach you we're going to bring a social media person in there, an expert, and then that person to teach. Then we'll bring a lawyer in there, then that person to teach. Let me tell you something, because this is a place of transparency right now, right? This is the first time that I've ever done anything independent as it pertains to being outside of a radio corporation. I'm like you, I'm 12,000 in. I'm putting the bank on everything. Have to tell you.
I'm not putting the bank on everything.
This is my first time now working in a corporation, and it's scary as hell. You understand? Because now I'm putting my own skin in the game.
Right.
So when I listen to what these people are telling you, I'm internalizing it. You feel me? So now, my thing is, let's find some subject matter experts, me, you, and everybody else, even the DJs, that can teach us things that can take all of us to another level. I'm gonna tell you, this is my first time creating an LLC and all of that type of stuff. I'm paying taxes as a business. I'm getting gas receipts. I never got no goddamn gas receipts in my life. Do you understand what I'm saying? So that 12,000 that you put into you, if you're not a business like this young lady was telling you, because I'm thinking, as a new business owner myself, that you can get that money back. Right? But guess what? Me, you, and probably 50 other people in this room don't know this because we haven't been taught, which is the overarching principle of our people. Because the Bible says our people are destroyed by the lack of what?
Knowledge.
Some people go to church up in here.
Amen.
I want to say one thing though. I want to say one thing, and I'm about to make y'all understand this. We got one job, and I'm not trying to preach, but I need y'all to understand this, right? Our job on this earth is to serve. And I'm gonna tell you that it's not about me trying to be the best or the biggest DJ. I'm supposed to serve. We all have gifts. We all have gifts. Everybody in here, though, gifts that y'all think is making music ain't that. I'm just gonna break that to y'all now. Because some of y'all have another gift. And the gift is, when you find something that you can do easy, for me it just happened to be DJing. Like, I caught on easy. Like, I can literally watch somebody scratch, and I damn near can get that scratch in like a day. I don't know why I can do it, I don't understand. I understood about counting music. I didn't know nothing about counting music. It was something that just came to me about, oh, I felt it. I'm supposed to bring this in right here. No one showed me. So we have gifts. God has just blessed me to tap into my gift. When you start to tap into your gift, you start to open up other gifts because that's your platform. I know a couple people up here. Reggie, I know his gift is you can see his gift is the talk. No, but listen to what I'm saying. I remember we was at Shade 45. We was a Sirius XM, and he was just talking to me. And he just started preaching. So, of course, when he cracks open that mic, his gift is gonna make room for him. So you gotta find your gift. When you find your gift, then you serve. So the serving is showing people, you're putting your gift out. Because as a DJ, the biggest thing for me now I'm understanding is when somebody hit me up and say, hey, Wolf, man, that mix got me through my day. That's what it's about. It ain't about nothing else.
Keep going, Wolf. Come on.
It ain't about nothing else. So, as a DJ, you start to know, your gift lets you know what you really love to do. Because when the 12,000 you were saying for me, if Newmark drops or Pioneer drops, I don't care about nothing you talking about. I want that. It ain't no how am I gonna make my money back. I want that because it's something in me to be like, I'm not spending, I want that. So you start to realize, when you start to analyze, oh man, I don't like to spend no money on that. That might not really be your gift. Because it ain't gonna be no question when you start, because you're gonna put all of it in it, you ain't gonna think nothing about it, because that's just how that works. So again, you guys need to find what your gift is. Find what you can do easy. We got some artists out here that's actually can draw, and they probably y'all not drawing, y'all still trying to rap. You're not tapping into your gift. So if you keep finding out why it's not working for you, it's because you're not tapping into what you need to tap into, guys. So find your gift.
Amen. I just want to make one quick comment on what I believe my gift was. Because when we started Nerve DJs 18 years ago, it was 4 of us. And not one of them other 3 guys wanted to invest $200 in it. Now look at it. Alright? That's the gift. To bring this people from California, from Georgia, from way up east coast of Canada, down here from Cleveland, our own people right here on St. Clair Superior. I mean, that's a gift when you got that network ability to reach out to people and just say, boom, here we are. And I love this shit. I am hip hop. That's all I got to say. Salute.
That's the perfect place to end. Thank you, Johnny O. Good questions, guys. Real quick before we end this panel, only Chris Styles, but after that, please just give your social media out, contact information if you'd like to, and one last point.
Real quick, people in Ohio, all Ohio artists, flea markets, put you down the game real quick. This is how you build your fan base, real fast, real easy. Between Cleveland, Toledo, Columbus, Youngstown, Akron, I count is at least 40 colleges or more. Listen to what I'm saying. Every week, you make that trip to that campus. You get on that campus, you pass out your flyers. You meet and greet the radio directors there. You meet and greet the frats, the sororities. You do that every week. You create your own tour. Because you can rent out their rooms. This is what I'm saying. 40 colleges between Columbus, Akron, Toledo, Youngstown. That's how you create a fan base. Hand in hand and seeing people, meeting people. If you're relying on Instagram, Snapchat, and Twitter to try to generate something that somebody you cannot see, you're in trouble.
Make some noise for that right there. Come on, come on, come on.
Oh, social media at DJ Crystals, everything. You send your music to music director at WOVU.org, music director at WOVU.org. Clean edited music, please.
Not to cut the rest of the panel off real quick due to time constraints, I definitely advise that you guys link up with these individuals throughout the rest of the night. But please make some noise for the entire panel.
DJ Johnny O. Everything is at DJ Johnny O. at Nerve DJs Mixtapes.
Can we get your telephone to take a pic?